jack quit on me. The threads are stripped or something. That's all further she'll go. So a good reason to carry a shovel of, you know, obviously there's many reasons, but now I can just dig a hole and put my wheel back on. Now I do have a secondary jack. I have a small little bottle jack just in case, but I didn't want to sit here and mess around with blocks and everything, so I definitely am going to buy a better jack. So I guess that'll be in Lake Havasu when I get there today. But you can see the fix. I took that and just ran it through here. It's not attached. And I'm going to take a strap like you see, and I'm going to run it to the other side so it pulls pressure on this. I'll probably run this on this side so it's giving me, sorry, I'll probably go like that and then run that so it's pulling this forward into this, and that should limp me back to town. It's only 3.5 miles to Walmart. Now Walmart's not going to have a bolt, but I don't know what's going to be open on Easter Sunday. I would imagine a lot of stuff should still be open, but hopefully they have a nut and bolt place. I know Lowe's is gonna have some bolts, but whether they have them grade 8, yeah, they should. I should be able to find something. So, all right, when I get there, I'm going to, you see, now this is jacked up. You see how that tire sits a little bit in this direction? Well, I've been messing with that for a long time. I just got Desert Speed shock tuning suspension. Well, they redid my suspension, and I wasn't sure how that was gonna work out as far as my camber and stuff, but it looks like it's still a little bit off. So, and I know, you know, racers and stuff, they do like 1.5 minus. And my problem is that's putting a lot of stress on this bottom area here. You see this area there is being pulled out by these portals and all the torque pushing out on the bottom. So what I think I'm going to do is run that in a little further, but it's a chore to do it. But I tell you what, it's a lot nicer to do it on a nice flat parking lot, or it's actually nicer to do it on a lift, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. All right, well, I'm gonna get the tire back on and all my crap packed back in, and that's that. And we'll be on my way. Okay, we got her temporarily put back together. She's sitting back on vertical wheels, and I've got her temporarily put together with a punch, a hose clamp, and a strap. Keep that pulled to the other side. Now that punch runs through to the other side, not all the way through the frame part, but through the A-arm part. Let's see here, I don't know if you can see from back here or not, but anyways, it does punch through. Well, back over here somewhere you can see the end of it sticking out from the A-arm. Hopefully with that strap pulling on that punch through there, and I just take it slow and easy, we should be back to where we need to be. I guess we only got a few miles to get to town, so here we go. To town we go. And then we're gonna play mechanic some more. Picking up camp this morning, and we got ourselves a little visitor. Good boy. You don't need to herd donkeys, yeah. Okay, burros. Just leave them alone. One fell swoop kick from their hoof and foot, leg, whatever, and I can guarantee you're gonna know it. But I guess you're bred to watch for those kinds of things, aren't you? Well, we're moving under our own power. Now time will be the storyteller. And that time, we'll have a big story. I gotta climb up this with my temporary fix. Man, don't fail me now, because this is one heck of a climb. It's not necessarily something I want to be doing, but I guess if I gotta get back, I gotta get back. Failure right here. Well, this is quite the drop. Ask Yogi. He's barely hanging on. Now I am on the brakes a little bit, but not full press. And that's the Duraclutch really holding us back. Right there is no brakes. You can see we will pick up a little bit, but I'll give it a little bit of brakes. And we'll just creep down this stuff. Coming down, I look for like holes like that, and I take into consideration how top heavy I am, and so I try to avoid dropping into those holes. And also considering right now I'm broken, I don't want to be going bouncing over all this stuff at high speed at all. I do not want to get stuck in a situation like this. Flat ground is a lot nicer to be in. So this is what I'm trying to avoid. So my tire, they both sit way in. Now I have a little bit left for adjustment right here, so I can pull that A-arm in just a little bit. So I've gone a few, well, probably not a few miles. I'm doing 9-10 miles an hour, just chugging along. So far, looks like the tire is staying on. You see it there or not? And looks like a pretty decent wash to drive down, so I should be pretty good to go. Now it's just a matter of finding somewhere in town that's got what I need. But Lake Havasu is a pretty big area, so I'm assuming I'm not going to have any issues in that department. I think the only problem that I'm going to sitting out there a little bit. We got to get a bolt in there. This one's actually sitting out as well, so we're gonna get a jack, a new jack, and we're gonna replace some bolts, and we're gonna pull those bottom A-arms in as far as they will go. And well, we'll see what happens. We've made it to the Home Depot, so hopefully they have the bolts we need. Fingers crossed. Okay, we bought some hardware and a jack, and it is time to jack this thing up and pull them lower A-arms as close to the body as I can get them, and beyond that, that's all I can do. And I'm going to replace the bolts, the lower bolts, with grade 8. They only had 3. They did have some shorter ones, so maybe I can replace. Oh, I didn't realize. Well, anyways, I bought some short ones as well, but they might be actually too long for this back piece. I didn't think that one through very well, but whatever. Got a jack. I'm going to lift this thing up. I'm sitting here in the shade of what used to be a drive-through on a bank. It's Sunday. It's closed. It's now a guns and ammo, Goliath Guns and Ammo, but it's got cover, and I need some kind of cover because I'm not working out in the heat. And the worst thing he'll do is tell me to leave, but I'll have to put it all back together before I can do that. So I guess I will hurry up and get it apart before I get kicked out of here, which I can't see why I would. Man, a bunch of these little sheet metal screws all over the place. All right, well, time to get to work. Well, I'm in the shade still, but I'm losing it quickly. So what I'm going to do is loosen this bolt here, or nut, and then I'm going to take this and I'm going to run it all the way in, which in relation will bring the bottom of the A-arm in. And then I'm also going to put some more spins on the shocks, or on the suspension, and that should also push the bottom down, which should push the top of the tire out, and that should help with the tire sitting this direction, pulling out on this, which puts undue stress here, and that's what causes this kind of stuff. Well, I guess I didn't unloosen that, but anyways, so that's what I'm doing, and I'm going to do it to both sides and then replace these bottom bolts. Not done, but I did get the side that broke back together. So we got a grade 8 bolt put back through there. I bought some bolts for this, but they were a little bit too long, and the collar didn't stick through far, or stuck through too far. Now I could have ran them. Let's see how far this sticks out. I could have put a washer on the back side of that, and put a washer or 2 or 6 or a nut or something just bigger on this side, but I wasn't having problems here, so I'm going to leave it. But I still have these bolts, so if I do run into a problem on the trail, well, now I have longer bolts. What do you guys think? RoadKill garage, be happy, we're proud. I'm in a bank parking lot. Well, okay, it's a gun shop now, but it was a bank. I'm in there pull-proof because it's covered. I'm out here in Lake Havasu, Arizona. Easter Sunday, nonetheless. It's hot as a, well, yeah. And it's probably not even as hot as they're used to, or thinking that's hot. But I'm from Seattle, or Washington. And so 70 degrees is good with me. Not none of this stuff. You see that sits a little straighter than the last time, so I really do hope that it's not positive camber now, where the tires are going under the rig, because then I have to go through this whole process again in order to adjust. It really is a pain in the ass. And Super ATV, if you're listening, come on, let's come up with a better way to adjust these, because man, how nice would that be just to be able to spin a nut somewhere and get some adjustment. Anyway, all right, well, I'm out. We got the general fixed, and we got to go down to the lake with somebody. Come here. Be happy. Come on. Get your ball. Come on. That's got to be like 75% better than sitting in the general. Get your ball, come on. Somebody's happy. Feel good? Uh-huh. That's gotta feel good. We just got Yogi. No, stay out of my seat, you wet dog. We just got Yogi done with the lake here at Lake Havasu. So he got to cool down 40 degrees. We've got the bolts and stuff fixed on the rear of the General, and we are now going to go find the AZPT again and see if we can't head for the hills and set up camp before it gets too late. going. I'm just making my way back to I-95. I think it's I, or anyways, Highway 95, so I can go around the Bill Williams Planet Ranch closure. But I don't really know exactly the best route to take, so I'm just opting for the highway and hoping for the best. I think I found some dumping grounds. Okay, we left Lake Havasu on the Arizona Peach Trail, and then we came down to the Standard Wash to meet up with 95 because I got to go down and around the Bill Williams River because, well, I guess that area is closed. So I'm gonna go parallel 95 as far as I can, and then I'm going to get on 95 with a little bit of hesitation, but I'm gonna have to do it, and go down to the Big White Chicken or Rooster, whatever it is, and that's where I'm gonna intersect the trail again. So here goes nothing. Well, I left Standard Wash. I'm heading towards Parker, and I'm just paralleling 95. Really not a whole lot of interesting stuff to film. A bunch of dusty whoop trails like this. It's not really interesting, so when I do get to where there's some nice interesting terrain, more technical stuff up in the hills, I'll definitely be getting some nicer footage. But for now, I'm just literally trying to get around this area, the Bill Williams river crossing, and then when I get to the other side, I'm going to get on the trail, and I think I'll be on the trail with no more bypasses until I get up to yeah, that place. I have no idea what I'm thinking, but up just south of Kingman. I guess it'd be southeast, yeah, southeast of Kingman. Another one, the bus, no, hell, I don't know. Anyways. Yogi was a little irritated with me earlier because, well, there's that well again. Hi! We forgot to get him ice cream. So now he's getting an ice cream. You don't have to eat the whole thing at once. Put it in your bowl. He's hot like we are, right? You too. So somebody got himself ice cream, fresh strawberries and cream ice cream bar, because they didn't have straight vanilla. Everything had chocolate and stuff in it, and it wasn't enough to concern me, but I figured out what the hell. Just give him a ice cream bar. Don't eat the stick. We are at the White Rooster. Papa's Pizza on 95, the gas market, across from some kind of little resort, but I couldn't tell you what it's called. River Island State Park's a half a mile up the highway that way, and you come down here, and then the trail is right over there behind that bus and trailer, so behind these fuel tanks going that direction. My repair seems to have held together. I'm still riding, but you can still see the tire still sits out a little bit, and I don't like it, so I'm gonna adjust that. Talk to myself a lot. Little cave or mine, I'm not sure what it is, but it's right here by the rooster. That's all further I'm going. When I see big holes, I figure that's good enough, especially when you don't have a light. We'll get up here in those hills or rocks or whatever, probably find a nice shady spot, and I think we're gonna make camp, cook a dinner finally. Like that because it keeps a lot of the riffraff away. I mean, they can walk up here a little ways, but usually they can't drive in. It stays pretty well vacated. And I'm not complaining about that at all. Trail. Technical, a little bit rough, not too many big huge boulders where you're bottoming out a lot. Just stuff that you have to slowly climb up and get over. And look at that. You got the same thing over here. Deep little, I guess we call it a canyon. into areas that I like, where you don't see buildings, you don't see houses, you don't see people. You see Mother Nature, a dog, and information. Huh. Looks like it just comes up and over. Hoping that's not, oh, Desert Bar 4x4 road. So I see, we came up. Got it. Desert Bar, when we get onto that road, it's 4.3 miles up there. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll do that. Nice. All right, well, we'll carry on. This is good traveling now. Oh, look at some of that. That's nice. I think we'll get up here a little bit further and find a flat spot. And, oh, look at that. That's cool. Maybe right up close to that. Maybe me and you'll go up there tomorrow. Yeah, let's get up the trail here and see what we can find. We're in some nice country now. This beats the heck out of city streets. Or sandy washes that are next to the freeway. We'll take this any day. Oh man. Isn't that amazing how the geologic change right there and the geology is different? That is just extreme to me. That trail there, I could tell when I was up top, I could see that there was a road down through the valley that we were on top of the ridge, and right down over the edge there was the little road down there. It'd be way cool if this had water running down it. I'm sure it does at times. You can see over there where all the green trees are, or brush or bushes. I think that's going to be our camp out, because I wanted to be up here, but there was no flat spot up here at all. It was just narrow 2-track on hills and curves and ravines and whatever. Kind of like what we are right now. So now we're going to go and see if we can't find a good spot right down there. It's a good time to stop when it's still daylight and we don't have to fix anything. Knock on wood. How does that look for a camp? I think we're pretty level. I'll tell you what, it's going to be more level than it was last night. Last night I didn't have much of a choice. Tonight, much better. So, and look at this. Who wouldn't want to be here? Absolutely just stunning. It's amazing. And guess what? It's going to be so quiet. Oh, it's going to be so nice. And there might be some burros, but we welcome them. I can listen to them hee-haw all night. Maybe not all night, but you get my drift. Okay, well, what do you say we go make some grub, set up the tent, and get some food going on. I haven't had a meal since I've left home, like a real meal, and I don't know that this will be considered a real meal, but it is a dinner in a bag. And guess what? It's simple, it's easy, they fit in the cooler nice, they're complete, they're filling, you got vegetables, everything in one simple serving. So I think we're gonna do that. What do you think, buddy? Huh? Is this gonna work? I know it's a little rough on the paws. It's kind of nice when we found that sandbar, huh? Yeah, that was kind of nice. Well, let's set up camp. That'll take a couple minutes. That's a good rock right there to put in front or behind the tire. Both. But we'll put one in front and we'll put one behind, because when you're up there sleeping, you don't want something to just decide to roll in the middle of the night. That's not comfortable feeling at all. I'm not speaking from experience. I'm speaking from I don't want to experience it. Okay, that's it. Full meal deal. That's one hell of a place to have a bed for the night. Yep, I'm not complaining even a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna shoot it to you straight. I looked for many different stoves and I could not find one that I really thought was worth the money, or it was going to stand up for doing this, bouncing around and everything, and it was compact, something that was going to fit. I contacted GSI, never heard back from them, so shame on them. And then they sent me an email asking me how my service was. I haven't responded, but I plan on it. Well, it's like, what service? I didn't get any. So I bought a cheap Coleman because I figured if it goes to you know where, then I'm out a whole lot of nothing. And for the most part, from what I've read and heard, they're good enough for, you know, you're gonna cook up some food real quick. So I don't need to be, who am I gonna impress, right? Out here in this zone, I don't have anybody to have, oh, look at my stove. So I didn't buy a good fancy stove for that reason, because I couldn't find a good one that was worth it. I did order, and of course I'm not going to find it in this mess. I did order a extension hose. I think it's, maybe it's in here, I don't know. I ordered an extension propane hose because I thought that was a good idea, so I didn't have to keep, I'm not a big fan of buying little propane bottles. I just bring a full-size bottle. Well, it's not full-size, it's a 2.5 gallon, I think. I haven't actually looked at the size, to be honest with you, but it's somewhere in that neighborhood. And what I do is I put it behind my seat, well, kind of behind and under, in a milk crate. Milk crate keeps it from bouncing around, and how it's notched in behind my seat actually holds the milk crate from moving. So it actually is a pretty good little system. So I have a water capacity. It says 33.2. Where do they get 33.2? I think it's 3.2. I think they added one too many threes. 3.2 gallon tank. Yep. So I bought this propane hose, and this is all my food storage, dry food, and we all know anything else that you can't find a place for, you throw it in an empty box. Well, this box has other stuff in it as well. Okay, just where it is. Oh, so I just dropped the tie. I don't know why they have to wrap these things up 64 times. I know it's done by a machine, but still, come on now. We don't have to get carried away. And it's nice because this is just a hand thread, and so is this. So I don't have to mess with tools. I've done enough of that already this trip. I'm kind of over it, if you will. Alright, well, that's the stove. See, there's that alright well. Again, we're going to make a shorts video. No, it's not going to be a shorts video. It's going to be an outtakes video of all the times I say that. Be prepared for an hour-long video just in, well, okay, well. Yeah, at least half the battle is I recognize it. And of course, Yogi's over here just getting bombarded by some kind of bug or something because he's rubbing his face, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, run, little doggy, run. Alright, I think we can pretty well figure this whole thing out. I can say I thought, but I obviously thought wrong because it's not true, it's not here. I thought this thing would have legs, but it doesn't show legs on it, so I guess, once again, I thought wrong. Kind of a bummer, but whatever. It's not going to keep me from using it tonight. I am hungry. Yesterday I had that bowl of cereal in the morning, and that was it all day. And then of course we had the breakdown, and then after all that, I was not in the mood to even attempt to cook a meal. I guess this is a bad box for this to go on because all my stuff is in there. We'll put it right on this one. Probably don't need this. There's no wind. But that will keep it from being in my way, probably. Where does this go? I thought it went right there. There's no fill for it. Where's that? Found it. You can tell I haven't used one of these things. I'm old school. It's usually a campfire. Alright. I guess it is a little breezy. I don't think that's going to change the outcome of my... Now, I'm not a beer drinker, but I am a drinker of Kahlua. And I know that's not for everyone, but it's mellow, it's easy, it's not super overly intoxicating, you know, like, oh my god, you're gonna get drunk. And it's just, I don't know, I like it. So there you go. Dang it, I just dropped that down to the bottom. Oh, come on, work. Oh, got it. Of course I don't have a stir stick. That'd be too easy. Can't have everything, can we? Something else I got. They're small, compact. They got Velcro on them so you can put them on your roll bar. It's from UTV Mountain. Oh, I can't remember. I'm doing one of those now. Dang it. I'm not supposed to do that. But I'm not representing them by any means. I'm just trying to, I think it's Mountain Adventure. But UTV MA. This one slides in here. It's all compression fit, so it's really snug. And you have a great chair. And we have a great view. God, life doesn't get any better than this. Repairs are done, thank goodness, and let's hope that there's no more. And I can finish this trail. We are on the other side of the Bill Williams River. So from here on out, we're just down the road from the desert bar. And so in the morning, I'm not gonna go to the desert bar, but I'll go there just to drive by to say I've done it. But in the morning, we'll head up that way and then be on the trail down to Quartzsite and see what Quartzsite has to offer. I've been through there 2 times. I've been through Kingman. I've been through, I don't know why I'm using a spoon. Oh my God. The only thing I could say is it could be colder, but it's cold, so I'm not complaining. Let me turn you guys around here. If I don't break my ankle first. Look at that. That's what I get to watch tonight. And you know what that means? That means that in the morning, if the sun is setting in the east, then this should be the west. And look at that. Tent doesn't have a window on that side, but I'll be up before the sun rises anyways, so we'll catch the sunset or sunrise if it happens. We're getting it, and that will be phenomenal. Take 2. When you're filming, make sure you push the record button. All right, look at that. Ah, shoot, that didn't happen the first time I filmed this. Anyways, look at that. That looks delicious. It's not gourmet meal. It's a meal out of the bag. No, it's not freshly made with fresh vegetables and all the above. Trust me, I would love it. But I do not have a sous chef with me. Any volunteers? But this is gonna hit the spot. This is my first meal out here on the trail. And I get to enjoy it with this view. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. So I have all these lights turned on. And I tell you what, those are really handy when you're up there sleeping at night. You can turn these lights on from my phone. And I tried to film this once already and it cuts the video, so I can't. But anyways, they're all remote controlled from my phone through that switch that's up there above my dash, or I guess my visor. And every single one of them are ran from the Bluetooth device on my phone. And what's nice about that as well is you see that little red light down there? That red light is my kill switch for them lights because I run it on my secondary battery. Otherwise, if I didn't, I would have to plug it into my auxiliary on my key, and then I'd have to leave my general on. Being that I have a second battery in this machine, I now can leave that light on, and it doesn't drain my primary battery via a nice little control over here. It's buried down underneath here. That's a box, and you can see where it says the voltage on each battery. I can't see, let's see, 12 and 10. So I can run that battery all the way dead and not affect my starting battery. But if I did happen to run my starting battery dead, I can push a little button on that particular device, and it will allow me to use that battery as a starting battery, but just as a temporary. And then you push the button again when you're done. So, all right, I guess I'm gonna eat because I'm starving. But look at that. God. Beautiful. Absolutely amazing. You can't get views like this by sitting from your couch. Well, I guess you can, because guess what? When you watch this video, you might be sitting on your couch. But you get my point. You don't get the full effect. Get out here, guys. Go enjoy life. It's too short. Don't let it get away from you. And don't make excuses. Regret the things you do, not the things you don't do.